So last year I was approached by Kogan Page publishers who wanted me to write a book about data culture. Now, obviously I'm a procrastinator, for those of you who know, so it was very hard for me to commit to something because I knew that what would happen is I'd end up running out of time and then rushing it. But anyway, I decided to agree to do it, and then this year in May the book Data Culture was published. So for the last year I've been writing a book, and this is now the prep work happening for the book launch. So last year I was approached by a publisher called Kogan Page, and they asked me to write a book on data culture. I wrote about my experience of running data teams and also about what it takes to nurture, foster and grow a healthy data culture within an organisation.
Thank you so much for coming, everybody. It's incredible. While I was reading it, it brought back a lot of memories for me, and some of them I wanted to share with you. I'm going to take you back in time. My own journey in data, in which Shorful has played a really, really important role.
I've used the book a lot of excuse to get away from family engagement. So whenever it's like, whenever it's been like, Dad, we need to go somewhere, I'm like, I've got a book to write. You know, publishers, Kogan Page sitting over there. They expect people to read the book before you endorse it. And I was like, whoa, I thought you just wrote wonderful things. I'm grateful to everyone who endorsed the book. Thank you for taking the time to read it. But what I do want to point out, that even though the book is about data culture, much of what I write about can actually be applied to culture in general. When you want to develop any type of culture, it comes down to certain things have to be in place and be actively working towards. Well, first of all, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have values, if you don't have beliefs about what you want to achieve, and then you don't practice those things, you will never be able to establish a culture. You need the senior leadership to buy into why data is valuable. And it's the same with any culture. If you're trying to nurture any culture, those principles and those foundations hold true, whatever you're trying to promote. So why did I write a book about data culture? Well, typically when organizations want to be data driven, or they want to drive value from data, or they want to build data products, they think that they can just get the technologies and the data analysts or data scientists, and away they go, they've got a data culture. But actually that's not how it works. In order to build a sustainable and healthy data culture, you need many things to fall into place. Now, one of those things is to make sure that the senior leadership is on board. Without the senior leadership on board, you will never be able to foster a healthy data culture. So in this book, I talk about how you can go about getting senior leadership, and especially senior stakeholders brought in, how you get them involved, and how they become champions for a healthy and strong data culture. Then you need also the rest of the organization to understand the value of data and to be also involved in the use and application of data. And again, in the book I talk about my strategies on how to go about getting people from different organizations involved and being part of the data initiatives that come along. And then finally what I talk about is the actual analyst, the data scientist. And what I do is I talk about the types of data scientists and data analysts you need to hire, where things are result in success, where things fail. So it's very much written from the perspective of my lived experience. So I've been in the data space, for those of you who know, for over 20 years now, and I've built numerous teams, and I've worked in numerous organizations where I've developed data culture. So this book contains a lot of practical advice on how you can build a data culture. It talks about things you need to watch out for, things that may look easy and may show signs of short-term success, but actually could be harmful in the long term. There's also a lot of practical case studies in there that will help you understand when things work and when things don't work. And I also provide a lot of processes that you can follow, initiatives that you can take to get your company started on the data journey, so then you start building a data culture. Now, one of the things I do talk about from a psychological perspective, that it's not all about being able to show success just purely with the data. It is also about how you communicate that information. It's also how you win people's hearts and minds in terms of being a data-driven organization. So hopefully the book will help those of you who are going into very senior or leadership type roles in data, and you need it, and you need a guide to help you get the rest of the organization on board. Thank you for watching the video. Please do like and share the video, and of course please do buy the book. Okay, it's available at Amazon. Just search for data culture. Hopefully it should come up, or just type my name, Shorful, as well, so data culture Shorful, it should come up. Or you can go to Kogan Page's website and you should be able to find the book there.